Welcome to Conquest and Cataclysm. Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another episode of Conquest and Cataclysm. And at the time of this recording, we actually have another episode in the recording that has not been released yet. So I want to point that out to everybody out there, whatever. But we're going to jump straight into the kind of summary of last time. I'm not sure how to bring us back from last episode because, one, it's been a while. Two, last episode was wild. There was a lot happening. And I think Damien is trying to say something, but he's just kind of going.
All right, no flashback needed. We're just surrounded by wizards.
Okay. So, I think I'm going to do part of this flashback where we are going to go ahead and find the voice needed here.
I'd like to interject for a brief moment and say that all of my co-players here are dicks because we have a moment of silence at the beginning of the recording. And pretty much every single one of them has tried to do something that they know will distract me and make me laugh and make noises. Thank you.
I just have an amusing face. I can't help it.
Should I let this stay in the edit?
That's why I'm on push to talk. I'll do that.
Yeah, no. So, the time before last episode, you stepped through a portal. Then you heard a voice in that portal say something along the lines of,
"You belong to Tinch now."
Maybe not in that voice. I'm honestly not sure what voice filter I'm on, but that doesn't matter. It's the words that matter. And Tsinch then chose to step into all of your minds at the same time. And we had a bit of a lore and world building session that I fully enjoyed because there were some random elements there. But yeah, what does Ragnar remember from that episode?
Yeah. I remember stepping through the portal. I remember talking about the spine of the world I came from, and that there was like a dictator military law where I was coming from, which is why I'd left home, and it was being enforced with quite a cruel hand in the mines to ensure work was done. But I don't remember much else apart from that. I think the power of this creature has made it hard for me to remember anything, to be honest.
Yeah. There were some other people that had the same sort of experience there. Isn't that right? Dunbar cold broth.
I'm...
Good summary.
I'm sick. And he was very confused, I'm pretty sure, most of the time, until all of a sudden he's surrounded. Like there was just weird flashes of stuff that I think is way beyond his comprehension. You know, I could roll for it, but I don't think I really need to. It's Dunbar. It was definitely, it was like Dunbar finally takes his first trip, you know.
There were some memories being lost there. There were some memories being forward.
He lost a bit.
Yeah, he did.
He lost a lot, so like he's like really just confused. You know.
There is
I wonder if he remembers Nibble's name.
No, yeah. That's definitely. I wouldn't say that's part of the.
That's when he found his rat.
I mean,
it was the next morning.
Yeah.
While searching. So I don't know. I don't know if he remembers. Just, "Hey, I have a rat in my pack.
I wonder how that rat's gonna play out where you've ended up, but we're not gonna say so much about that yet, are we, Alistair Bramley?
No, I mean, everyone's heard the expression "I lost my train of thought." I actually lost the thought of trains, which is what happened to my memories. So everyone's like, "Oh, that's a spicy one. I'll take that one." I'm like, "No, I need that. I need that." So yeah, there was some pickpocketing going on, except the pocket was my brain, and the interior, the stuff that was stolen from my pocket were memories. And I have receipts, so I want them back.
You have receipts. Wow.
Yeah, in the form of VODs. Proof of purchase right here.
Fair. And what did Fonkin walk away with?
Trauma.
Oh.
A lot of additional information about himself and his allies here, and an understanding that, amongst others, Alistair suffers from guilty pleasures. Ragnar, it came from and may potentially be a part of an evil dictatorship. And Dunbar, I think it's a bit of a shame that none of us are animators, because if we had like the animated series, it would be like each week there'd be like a different intro or short summary of what happened in the previous episode, and then there'd be this one meme segment every time where it goes to Dunbar and it just says Dunbar was confused. Now on with the story. Yeah.
Dunbar,
That's Dunbar.
Yeah, and Dunbar was there with them. But yeah, no, there were some things that were revealed that Fonkin isn't particularly chuffed about and wanting to necessarily gleefully engage on, but possibly feel similar for the others, although some have potentially less. Well, they may feel however they feel about it, but in Fonkin's eyes, nothing that's made him think, "Oh, I hate these people. I don't want to be with them anymore."
So, because of that shared experience, I'm gonna give you all a little added bonus in the shape of a bonus feat.
Ooh.
Is it PTSD?
No, not quite.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what it feels
kind
like.
of. No, it's.
I mean, the alarm feat. That can very easily be just translated to PTSD.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if there's a feat that's called this already. I actually haven't looked this up, but what I have in mind is something that in my brain is at least called bonded, where when one of you takes damage, another can willfully take half of that. And that's shared between all of you. So then you can say, Alistair is about to take 5 damage. Okay, I'll take 5, or I'll take half of that. And then we'll roll if it's rounded up or not.
Okay, so I was going to add something to my sheet, and I thought, I'm not going to call this shared bondage.
No, probably not. Probably not. We are not a BDSM podcast. I want to point that out.
Bond of life.
Glad you have to point that out.
Why? Why not?
So, warding bond is probably the closest thing there is, which is a cleric thing. But the ability to redirect damage to themselves is a paladin thing, usually.
Yeah.
For anyone keeping track at home.
But we are not playing at home, are we now? Well, we are.
No.
We kind of are.
Possibly not.
Are you sure about that? John Cena meme. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Pumpkin would remember this decision.
But yeah, you step through the portal I had a horrible experience, reliving many memories, many things, being robbed of memories, and having them brutally reinserted. And then you were greeted by a man with orange glowing eyes, orange glowing hair, a fiery staff that said, Sigmar protects you. And you step into a world where you see buildings that are... There's a lot of stonework, huge gray stone bricks. There's the classic kind of medieval looking lime washed walls where you see the timber through them and everything. And as you look around to what you clearly recognize as your friends, they do not look like they have looked before. Dunbar is not a dragon. Alistair is not a gnome. Ragnar is not a dwarf. And Funkin is not a gnome either. You are humans.
We're all human?
You are all human. You resemble yourself in ways. You have your particular features, as in Dunbar is incredibly pale and piercing blue eyes. Funkin has the same burning hair as this man in front of him. Alistair...
I don't like it. I try to go back through the portal.
Alistair has an arm that looks mechanical. And Ragnar has a huge beard. A ginormous beard that only would rival the dwarves of this world.
What height are they?
Let's go average human size of 1 meter 80-ish.
Oh yeah, Dunbar definitely would be like staring at them like who are these people? He has no clue because they're not tiny. So who are these people?
They, as you look around, you feel your body moving as you normally would. You don't feel like there's these longer limbs or shorter limbs in the case of Dunbar. And you almost feel as if you are puppeteering something. You are moving around a puppet. And as you're getting this feeling, you hear this horribly shrill voice again.
Ah, yes, my pretties. This will be a fun adventure.
And Alistair, you notice that there's a tiny attachment point on the back of your hand.
Which hand?
Either of them.
Ooh.
And as you touch it, you feel something that feels like a string attached to it. And you look up and you see your own gnomish self above yourself, fully puppeteering this body.
Is my gnomish self also touching my his hand?
Yes.
Are there strings above the gnome as well? And me, LZT, is above him? No. Okay, that's
Maybe not that many levels.
too many walls to break in that direction. Okay, that's fair.
Maybe not that many levels yet.
Staring into the camera. Okay, so yeah, but what is it, like an obvious attachment, or is it like, oh, just a little nub here with a string through the hole?
It's as if you have a permanent goose bump. One
okay.
singular, where there's a hair attached. That kind of like.
Oh, okay. Do I see more attachment points on myself anywhere? I look around.
Legs, shoulders, like anywhere where you pretty much can move. You feel
I've probably
them.
seen the dolls before, right?
You have
marionettes.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
You guys have some fabulously advanced ones in your home country, so
Yeah, we usually don't bother with the strings.
Exactly.
They're just getting in the way. we just have a guy standing 4 feet behind you with a remote going. Okay.
You observe the world through the eyes of this human puppet that you're part of. And you look around. You see no other puppeteers except you four. But there's this feeling that there's something further up, something bigger that is merely observing the world with you in it, and strings attached to everything.
I see. I don't like that. I don't like that bit at all. I just want everyone to know that no.
And
Okay.
you can roll me a wisdom check.
Wisdom generally, or
Wisdom generally, yes.
Five?
Yeah, no, that's...
I can spell wisdom. That's about it.
Can you give Dunbar his dice back, please?
Wow.
I think it's fair enough that Dunbar has had these dice enough. It's time to share them around a bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I can reveal that you wanted to fail this roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then give me back my dice.
Nope.
No, they're mine now. Time quickly catches up with you, and like it feels normal to move around. You have no issue observing or talking, and but there's this muffled murmuring as all these other humans that are standing in front of you trying to talk to you, and there's a million voices, it sounds like, and suddenly one pierces through, and he says, "Ignatius, I am the highest level Ember Sage here. I have been waiting for you." Are you okay?
Is it clearly talking to me?
He's kind of talking to the four of you as you're standing in front of him.
Oh, okay. I look at the other three and go, I don't say anything, I just nod.
I nod.
I don't know which one of us he's talking to. I have no idea.
Well, you're here for, like, we have the Skavens at door right now. You're here for this,
What's
right?
an Ignatius?
Yeah, what's a Skaven?
You're the fighter, right?
I stroke my beard and go, shaven? No.
Yes, you're not getting near my beard for shaving.
When he says you're the fighter, I check to see what weapons I have, like, at my side, because, like, I'm confused because, I've been staring at my hands.
Yeah. You
Do I have weapons?
The puppet that you are controlling
The puppet
has a hand and a half sword, Or you're looking more like a Zweihander. That is what he's running around with.
But I haven't noticed this, like the strings or anything.
No.
That's so weird. Yeah.
And you, War Priests.
What, me? War Priest? No.
I don't know any of these people.
I'll start looking around at my armour and stuff and looking at what I'm carrying weapon-wise and muttering about the state of my beard after it's got bushier and it's going to be an absolute bugger to clean in the mornings.
Burnbride, who did you bring with you? Who are these people?
Well, these are my trusted allies and traveling companions.
How can you trust them if they don't even know themselves?
Wait a minute,
Let's just
Burnbright.
say we've been through some things. Yes, for Fonkin. Sorry, don't worry about it. Most of us have two names, but it doesn't matter.
Wait a minute, you're not Funkin. You're not Funkin. Funkin's like this big.
Well, look, I'm pretty tall for a gnome. We've been over this 1,000 times.
What do you mean gnome?
How you done it?
He's a long way from noob.
Yes, there's no place like gnome. Don't worry, we have code names so that when we're traveling discreetly, enemies cannot ascertain who we are. Therefore, they don't know how to go for, say, the cleric.
Give me a deception roll.
And while he's doing this, Alistair just goes, shh.
Who are you?
I like the fact that you managed not to say we've been through hell.
I'm giving him disadvantage by the way I'm looking at him. That's a foof. Is that a 19?
Is very deceptive.
Natural?
I got lucky.
You see him kind of like, I must have heard something.
You
Will
said
you
something
shut
about
up?
Skaven.
He yells to the crowd, and the crowd goes completely silent. Sorry. We have been waiting for you. The scriptures, the tablets, they have written about your arrival with the three heroes.
Right.
Right
Well,
here,
the thing is,
right now, before the Skaven army stands at our door, the Greenskins at our other portal.
Okay, so we're dealing with some sort of prophecy, some sort of legend. Let's just say the journey for us to get here has been arduous. I am not in any way belittling what has beset your people and the suffering you are going through or are fearsome of, either way. But we too have had an arduous journey, one could say befitting of a hero's tale. We are here, bruised, perhaps more psychologically than anything, but we are not battered and we are capable.
Are
We
we
might
here?
We are here, Dunbar. Look, I'm sorry. He gets like this when he hasn't had good food for a while. Or we're here. We're just. This is. It wasn't planned how we should arrive this way, but here we are.
I don't care what it tells for you. And he picks up this giant ledger, like huge.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of hands it to the giant of a man holding it, flips open to a page where it's clearly marked 4 humans stepping through a portal, and it notes an iron fist, a bright burning flame, soup, and a mechanical hand.
Cold broth, soup. Something got lost in translation. An iron fist, mechanical hand, a head on fire, and a packed lunch.
Well, clearly
Wow.
they had a good depiction for the brains of the operation. Mush.
What about soup?
And it says here they are arriving to serve the Empire, defeat its enemies.
Right. Is there anything about this journey where there's nothing at all in this giant tome that you have, which I have no reason to doubt your belief in, or its validity? But is there nothing in there about the arduous journey that the heroes would have to overcome in order to arrive at this point? I mean, I'm just trying to explain that we are perhaps a little bit unsettled, but we are not. We are still firm of mind, three of us at least, as always. And yes, we're ready to assist you. It sounds like you have some severe problems at your doors, as you put it.
As he points towards the pages, you see the writing in a clearly foreign language. Like there, you have no way of understanding it. But the words morph in front of you. You see the letters turn into letters and words that you understand. And it says, the defeat of Tsinch at the hands of 4, leading further into the Age of Lore.
The defeat of Sinch, yeah?
Yes,
Right.
the Chaos
This-
Gods.
This definitely, there are things that tie up. So again, I myself at this point have no reason to doubt your words and your sincerity. We've had the rough journey that we have arrived, well, I wouldn't necessarily say at the end of, but at this point includes some sort of, well, certainly this name, and I would say that this entity, whatever it may be, has attempted to confuse us, to meddle with our minds, but here we are. I look to my allies briefly, like trying to, like, we're good, right?
Alistair is
this is
busy flicking this little string thing going twing to twing.
Alistair, you
It is.
have you gotten a rash off Ragnar again?
Yeah, I didn't know actually, but yeah, maybe.
Dunbar's still looking in his hand. This is worse than last time, but I'm sure it's not that much of a problem.
As you say the word problem, you hear a war horn sound. In the distance, you hear several voices call out, "Ratlings!" And
Rattlings?
the person, Ignatius the Ember Sage, that you have been speaking to, grabs Funkin by the collar. "We must go now. We are needed on the gates. What you 3 do, I don't care. You have to come with me." And runs towards the front gate.
Oh, shit,
I think
I'd
we should
start
stick
running
together. I call over my shoulder.
Too. I start running too.
Yep, I'll follow him. Dunbar, it sounds like your lunch has arrived. Rattlings.
What? I like rats.
Alistair is following, baffled at how fast he can run now. He's got longer legs.
You arrive on the outer walls of the city, a huge walled-in citadel with enormous stones, enormous battlements, siege engines aligned all across, enormous armies ready to receive what you can only assume is a huge host of combatants. You were dragged up on top of the wall, and in front of you, you see what feels like an eternal ocean of rat-like creatures. Beady little eyes glowing red for some of them. Some of them are wielding staffs with, you see this green flow of magic come from it. Some of them are assembling other siege weapons. And from a bit further up towards one of the guard towers, you hear someone call out, "Rattling gun! Down!" And you hear this horrifying spinning sound as loud reports of gunshots start ringing out, and they go faster and faster, and you hear the impact of shots along the wall. A large human clad in enormous plate mail throws himself at you guys and just kind of drags you down as you hear, and the shots fly just over where you were just dragged down behind the wall. The impact on the stones around you and in front of you, there's tiny shards that are kind of spit out and they rain down on top of you. You hear the cry of people being hit by these, and they burst into flame, and there's gore and explosions everywhere at those being hit by this. You also hear the call out from several different people about catapults. And there's a veritable rain of arrows coming in, but there are wizards and what you know as clerics, what they know as war priests, doing shielding spells and such, and holding off against it now. The large gentleman in the plated armor grabs Dunbar and says, "We need it out front. Come on!" And pretty much drags you with them down and towards the front of the gate. "You got that Swyander. Let's go."
I got what?
"The sword, dummy. Fucking use it, will ya?"
Right.
Ignatius points to Ragnar and says, "War priest, you know your role here. Do as Sigmar asks of you. Your magic is yours. I will not interfere."
Ragnar looks at, "Who's Sigmar? What's a rattling?"
Oh boy.
He just said, "What the bloody hell happened to my beard? I'm still peeved off about this. I've just got it all braided and sorted." He said, "Now it's this fuzzball."
Ignatius points to Alistair and says, The siege engines.
Lovely.
This is why you are here, is it not?
Yes. Point me at them.
Have your pick. There's
in a candy store, Alistair, right now. I
there's
think.
trebuchets, there's mangonels, there's scorpions. So, like, what would you want to work with? Is my question. rather.
Oh, is there a ballista?
Of course there is.
Okay. Is there a nice ballista?
oil
I'll
barrel.
qualify.
A nice ballista.
There is a very
I
nice
would-
ballista.
I want to make something very, very fancy with a ballista. I am an artillerist. This is what I do. This is my purpose on this plane, in this universe or whatever other universe I end up in. I can imagine that my puppeteer is giggling right now while running around. So yeah, I wanna upgrade and make use of any war machines I can. If there's a nice cluster of them, I'll stick around there in a foreman sort of a capability and tell people what to do.
Well, you have, like, they are placed strategically along the walls. You hear
probably a
the
tower.
trebuchets firing. You hear the catapults and mangonels and everything just kind of firing off.
I don't know what a mangonel is.
It's essentially a catapult, but it's the wheeled ones, so that they can be rolled back and forth and kind of.
Oh, I see.
That's at least my understanding of a mangonel. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Or
Yeah, they're like one man could actually load them. They're smaller things, like you would put like a bunch of loose rocks or
Yeah, the
something
man-
in it to fire at
The
ground.
mangonel's static, whereas the catapult has got wheels.
Cool.
oh, that's how. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that way around. The catapult they wheel up. The mangonel are smaller. They fire gravel compared to the boulders the catapult fires.
Yeah, it's
Shotguns.
they're for the crowd.
Yeah.
they're shotgun turrets. Yeah.
Ignatius then grabs Funkin. We are joining up with that Mage Cadre, and we are going to rain hellfire down on these rats once and for all. End this siege. End this senseless violence with more. With our own just violence. And you see, as he says that word, his eyes flare up, and his tattoos kind of all blaze up. And the staff he holds, which has a burning ember in it, goes into a giant ball of flame. You see that you are in similar garbs. You have, like, your robes are now orange, and you have chains that are around the body of this puppet that you essentially are right now, and they are clearly magical to constrain and hold the absolute insane explosive power that is a bright wizard.
Yeah, because you can overheat.
Yes.
I think there's it's all happening quite quickly. So I think Funkin's partially going with the flow, but he has a very, very brief thought of like violence to righteous violence kind of thing, and he's like, now's not the time. There's just too much going on, and there's obviously imminent danger. So he just goes with it. I've wonder, is there anything that Funkin senses in regards to like the flow of magic and like feeling, because he has always had a little bit of like a sensation of like when things get crazy or whatever in any kind of way, like crazy good, crazy happy, sad, anger, whatever, but he's always got that mixture of fear and excitement of the magic just going wild and kind of him losing control of it or whatever. So as much as he tries when he's more rational about it to control things and learn and study and he's not a bookworm. It's more natural, but still with his intellect on top of that. But he's very instinctual, and I think that I wonder if he senses anything with this circumstance. It could just be like adrenaline flowing, or is there more to it than that?
You feel as if there is a living flame inside you. And it wants to be let free. You can harness this. You can channel this. You can hold on to it. But it wants out. It wants to be there. And as if it has a mind and will of its own.
Mm-hmm.
You are holding a staff too that has this cage on top of it where there is a fire, and you feel your body is connected to that. Like the flame on top of that is part of you as you are being right now. Your eyes are adjusted to seeing the winds of magic here, and you feel as if the fire is trying to grab hold of it and pull more of it into you. And you have the voice of something going on in the background. A large, looming, deep, rumbling voice, almost as if there's a fire constantly roaring at the back of your mind. You can't grasp the words, but they feel encouraging. They feel like they want you to utilize this power that you have.
Okay, understood. So I think that, like, that's what any of the second guessing or the little thoughts in his mind, he just pushes them to one side, and he just feels this energy. And I think his hair is flaring up and being wild, and I think whether it's visible to the others or not, I think there's an element of like, maybe it's too much of a detail that it wouldn't be visible unless somebody really, really like got close to him and looked for it or whatever. But I imagine that there's like little flames burning within his eyes, but you'd have to be very close to see it.
Oh no, they are very clear. They are very clear.
Okay. So maybe that's what he wishes it looked like, that no one would notice. But actually, it's just like maniacal, like burning eyes. Yeah.
And we're gonna start with Alistair. To ask, what is it you want to do to the siege machine?
What are they firing at right now? Are they firing into the mass of Skavens?
So this ballista is attempting to hit the other siege engines, to disable them or to remove the crew in such a way that it gives a little respite. That seems to be their goal with the ballistas, or any larger enemies such as rat gnomes or
rat ogres.
Rat ogres, yeah. Not rat gnomes. That would be weird.
That would be very cute, but deadly.
That should be the motto of Funkin and Alistair: cute but deadly.
Yeah. I mean, that would work.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're aiming at things rather than beings, then I don't know if I can do so much. But if we're aiming at like the crews on other like opposing artillery pieces, I would like to alter the ammunition, because essentially it's just big darts, right? So they're just going to hit one thing. But if we're trying to take out the crew, it would be beneficial if there were many small darts rather than one big one.
Okay.
So a flechette round essentially is what I want to come up with. I know I can't do that, but I want to see if we can do, if we can add, because I imagine they're not very accurate, right?
No, like they're aiming for very large targets usually. So yeah.
I have a hammer. I also have a spanner. I imagine with a hammer and a spanner, I can take the point on this and bend it a little bit and see if I can achieve rifling to make it accurate. I want to spin the dart as it's going and thereby increase the accuracy.
All right.
Instead of going, whang, well, we're nowhere close that time. Let's not adjust anything and we might hit it next time. I have no idea.
Give me a roll for this.
All right. 22.
Woo! You arrive at one of the ballistas. The crew is pretty much just, what's up? And what you want? What's your name? And then you start telling them, and they kind of look befuddled. And
Don't argue, just do it.
all right, they set to, and they get ready for their first shot. It's fired off, and it heads straight for the target you were aiming for.
Nice.
Before it hits, we're gonna go to Dunbar. Dunbar at the gates.
So Dunbar, I did a quick wisdom check with him, and he has realized that last time they went through the portal, a lot of things ended up being weird and different, but they were still them essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so like he's thinking in his head, like, okay, so we're different. Maybe that's because this world doesn't, like, he's already starting to figure out, because he actually rolled good for once. So he's like, so okay, wait, no, we're still all us. Everything's like probably exactly as it is. We're just, maybe this world doesn't have like our normal forms. It's just humans and these monsters. And so like in his head, he's thinking he still has like all of his abilities, so he should have no problem slipping into a giant crowd and doing like he did last time we had a giant crowd of insects and stuff. So like he's not feeling any fear. In fact, I think soon as the gate opens, because like his eldritch abilities is like his abilities, that's what his magic is. I think he's gonna try to do a dual eldritch blast the second that gate opens. Like just.
All right.
I don't know if he can, but I think he's going to try.
You are standing in a group of other humans in heavy armor. A lot of them with heavy weapons. Some of them with shields, and you, the large gentleman that kind of just picked you up and dragged you with him. He's like, all right, gents, this is what we're here for. Right. Open the gate! This giant gate falls down, and you hear, it's as if time slows down for you as you hear, charge! And these massive humans with these giant weapons are charging forwards in towards the first group of rat creatures. They're standing there with their spears and everything, and they charge forwards, wading into it, cutting big swaths into these scavens. And you reach forward and you attempt to do the cast, but there's nothing.
Damn.
All you have is your weapon. But you have a sensation in your mind. A voice that grabs you and says, "Not here, not now."
He definitely does the dog ear thing, even though he doesn't have ears like that anymore. Still. I would go charge and as well. I mean, he's still he's a battle mage, so he's used to charging in.
Give me
So yeah, he.
give me a little bit of an attack roll.
Okay, I'll just use my normal sword here. Now we're back to normal rolls for me.
That's the first one. You feel, however, that your body is trained. It's weird for you because you would normally not do this, but the swing of the Zweihander goes around and you are ready to cut back and do the swath backwards. Make me another attack roll.
It's better.
And roll me 2d10.
2d10. The question about these Skaven. So these frontline Skaven, am I assuming they're the nobodies that might not even have a weapon? If so, they might have like a stick or a club or a little knife.
Yeah, like we're talking improvised spears. We're talking maybe a pitchfork.
These guys die.
Yeah, no.
All right. You said a 2d10?
Yep, 2d10. And you slice through 6 of them. Like they just kind of fall over. But there's where 6 falls, there's another 6 that kind of push in.
Yeah.
Funkin. You arrive together with Ignatius, and you see him start. He holds up his staff and he starts chanting and doing, and he throws this massive fireball out that impacts and leaves fire burning on the floor in front of like where it hit and along the trail where it flew out. And you see hordes and hordes of these Skaven kind of be thrown left, right, and center, and yeah, the fire spreads among them. But there's just so many, they don't care. They just keep piling on it. And you see his robes, they crackle with heat, and you see the telltale sign. Like you sense this same kind of fire in him that you sense in yourself. And where you see his fireball hit, it spreads. And you see small, what you would recognize as fire bolts emanate from it and singe and hit many of the Skavens around it. And he just starts chanting again, and it's your turn.
Okay, so I see this. Is like just observing the battlefield from where we are. I mentioned we're at an elevated position, so we have a little bit more of a view of, tactically at least, like what's going on. I think Fonkin is very like instinctually, but more rationally, like going to be careful. I mean, he can sculpt his magic to a degree, but he's going to not want to wipe out any of like his own troops in this scenario. So I think Fonkin looks first of all, I know there's not a lot of time, but he's just gonna scan quickly the battlefield and like what's either the biggest, meanest looking thing that the enemy are bringing, or they may have some fast moving things like cavalry type units, that kind of thing. He's just going to look for something, but maybe there's like 2 or 3 like ogres, or like you described before. He's just going to look for something that isn't. He can see Alistair and the artillery are like hitting the enemy artillery, so he's not worried about that so much. But I want to. So what Funkin wants to achieve is not only like maximum damage to something, but he wants to inspire the defending troops by and demoralize the enemy. Although he's already cognizant of like, well, there's just cannon fodder everywhere. It's they don't care. They're mad. They're crazy. Whatever these creatures are, they're you know, they're not gonna necessarily scare easily. But so he wants to do something that is so powerful, and it inspires it's awesome, as it were. It inspires awe from the defenders, and maybe instills some kind of terror. But he's not worried about the terror side. He's just like that. This should just bloody hurt as well. I have an idea, but I don't know, like magically, whether it makes sense. Because I can either should I mean,
let's start with a perception to see if you're able to catch on to what may be the important targets.
Yeah. Okay. Go Gadget 13.
All right. Well, you see, there's a few very obvious ones. There's the siege towers coming in. There's the siege machines, of course. You see some larger units that kind of look like ogres, but they're very clearly rat-shaped. You also see a giant wheel that is rolling forward and has this emanating green magic from it. And you see a large catapult, or a few of those. And you're not quite sure what it is, but there's one machine there that looks to have a long barrel on it. Just one singular one. And there's this buildup of green warp-like energy, and you see kind of spikes of lightning around it.
Yeah. That sounds bad. Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I don't like it.
No. Hey, Lima, do you want to tell them what he's looking at?
No, I don't. I don't want to ruin it. But also, if someone starts ringing a bell, I'm leaving. if one of these rat fucks bring out a bell and starts clanging it, I'm leaving.
Ragnar therefore
bye.
Ragnar therefore casts Toll of the Dead and watches Alistair run like buggery.
Yeah. Hey, there's a cloud coming in with a hint of plague.
Do you wanna shit yourself as a free action again? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, that's my free object interaction is pants.
So, I think. So I don't like the sound of either of these things emanating green.
You sense the magic from them, by the way. Like
yeah, exactly. That's what draws my attention. Like so. So I would like, okay, so here's the idea I have in my mind. I've seen this guy like launch a fireball and then lots of these little firebolts come off it. I do have a fireball spell. However, I have another spell, but I'd like to twist it story-wise so that it is, so I have a spell called Tidal Wave, which just, you know, does what it says, just creates a tidal wave out of nothing, out of magic, and just like washes away everything before it. I would like to do that, but I would like it to be made of fire. So I would like to do a fire wave that just kind of starts a little bit to the side of this cannon thing. Well, I don't know how close this cannon, this barrel thing, and this wheel thing are. In my mind, I see this wave of fire, and then whatever happens to the barrel thing, I also see that this wheel rolls through it, catches fire, and it's just careening all over the place, just crushing their troops like on fire. But that might be too much to wish for, depending on the role and everything, you know, whatever. But so what I would like to do is cast my tidal wave spell but have it be fire.
Yeah. I can already kind of say that
didn't do
even
what I
if
thought
you
it was
just
gonna
said
do.
tidal wave, I would have said this tidal wave appears to be fire.
Okay, well, there you go.
Do we have the rights for Johnny Cash? Can we, can we bring some soundtrack into the situation?
It burns, burns, burns. It's Fonkin's fire.
Spinning
Okay,
wheel of
so
fire.
yeah, so that is what I do.
Yeah. Roll me a D100, please.
Okay, absolutely. I am channeling a lot of magical energy, but I'm also Fonkin is also giving himself up to the flame at this point. He's like letting it go.
We don't have the rights to that one, I want to point out, so not even try.
That
Don't
didn't
even.
work. Why did I try to type /raid? Because my brain is not awake. 23.
Streaming too much, sir.
All right. Well, you can add roughly 1/5 of damage to that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you feel the fire inside of you just kind of you feel this rumble, and the fingertips and everything, just you feel the fire, and you feel that the staff you're holding is glowing hot with the energy that you've put into this. Now, the tidal wave, like normally in how you've used it or learned how to use it so far, it's been fairly close range. But one thing you instantly notice here is that you have precise control of where you want the tidal wave to start and where to roll, like what direction, and it's pretty much as far as you can see. That is where you have control of your spells right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
The tidal wave
so that's the range.
springs
There's the flavor
up.
text.
Yeah, the tidal wave, or this flame wave, springs up in front of this machine and rolls over it. Like, you see the flames envelop everything. And as the flames kind of roll further and devour a lot of Skavens behind it, you see right in front of it, there is a tiny rat waving a staff, and this green dome surrounded it. And he's chanting, and he's waving, and he's clearly channeling something as he's standing there. So right in front of this thing that is drawing more energy into it.
Okay. So Fonkin's like it just mutters under his breath. He's getting the next one.
There's another thing
Yeah,
you
go
notice first.
Okay. Yeah.
You do not feel like you have lost any of your magical essence.
Oh. Oh dear.
In fact, you feel a buildup of it.
Oh dear. We're only just getting started.
Just warming up.
First was
Get out your
nuclear.
shots and your surfboards. It's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, first we had tactical nuclear taurin. Now we've got nuclear gnome.
I would like to kind of request that as the battle camera zooms out and sweeps across, pans and scans across the battlefield from slightly higher above, like a gladiator film moment or whatever, that the path that the wave took created a giant F on the battlefield, and the cannon's barrel, whatever that is, whether damaged or not, is like an exclamation point, and the little fiery wheel eventually stops spinning and lands at the bottom to put the punctuation mark underneath the exclamation mark. I just put a big F on the battlefield.
Let me guess. The next one's going to go in a U shape. No.
I didn't go FU because I thought, well, I'm not going to ask for. I've already asked for a lot, so it's just a giant F. Yeah, F those rats.
Ragnar, you are being called for by people that have been hit by this rattling gun earlier, and that have been pierced by arrows. These nasty poisoned arrows everywhere that are raining down. But yeah, you have a weird sensation, very closely related to how the light felt in Azeroth. But this feels more akin to how Tyr and your god would do things. It's more fired up. It's more ready to dispatch of any sort of justice that needs to be dispatched of. Like you feel empowered.
Yeah, well, looking around, obviously you can see Ragnar getting really angry because you can see all these people that have been maimed and killed by this gun thing, whatever it is that's fired at them. And Ragnar hasn't got a clue what it is. He's just in this thing spitting balls of whatever they are at people. And so, first of all, as a bonus action, he casts Mass Healing Word, which basically anybody within 60 feet of him, or 6 creatures at least within 60 feet of him, start to heal. And so he's trying to heal those that are within 60 foot of him, casting Mass Healing Word on them.
As you do that, you feel the buildup of a warming energy in your body, and it bursts out like as a bubble. And all of these people that have been hit by arrows and such, they suddenly rise up and just kind of tear out these arrows, and the sickly feeling from them from being poisoned and such is gone, and they are ready to go again.
And then can Ragnar see this, whatever it is that's fired all these things at them?
You see a few different ones of them, but yeah, you can clearly see one of the rattling guns.
Would I perceive which one it was that fired at us? Was it all of them at the same time, or was it specific ones?
No, there was a full barrage coming from several of them at the same time.
And what sort of range are these away from us?
Would you guess a few hundred feet?
Cack. I can't reach them then. I'm
Are
not that
you
powerful.
sure about that?
Well, Ragnar's not sure he can reach them, but he decides he's going to cast a guiding bolt at one.
Ah.
Which is that one there. At the standard first level. Which, if it hits, will make it easier to be hit by the allies. It gives him an advantage up until his next turn to hit it, hopefully.
Yeah. You, feel free to roll. Wait, like, do you need to? No, is this like
I need to roll. No,
okay.
it's a spell attack. They have to roll.
Right.
21.
As you stand on the battlements and you see this weird shaped hammer that you have, it's not your usual hammer, but it reminds you kind of a mix between the Dwarven Urgrosh, but also some of the larger battle hammers that you've seen. Like, they have large square head on one side for squishing, and it has the spike on the other side for piercing. You're holding one of these, and it's clearly well made. Like, it's masterfully crafted, and the bolt shoots forward out of this hammer, and you see it zoom across the battlefield and impact squarely with one of these rattling gunners. You may roll damage.
Okay. here.
You see this light kind of pierce through him, and he's clearly on fire from like a holy fire kind of effect, and he just starts firing off his guns in various directions. He's swathing through his own armies too, and falls over.
Nice.
You also notice that right next to him is another little rat in robes and with a staff, and he points the staff at this rattling gunner, and you see, and this giant beam of green light strikes the rattling gunner, and he is up and on his feet again. And I do believe we're back to Alistair, where you see the first bolt crash through the target and absolutely obliterate it.
Lovely.
This tells you were on point. Your idea worked.
Nice. I show the people running around and reloading all of these ballistas. Actually, I grab 3 people, and then I show them how to do it, and then I send them to the other ballistas so they can replicate it over there. Even if they make a hash of it, it's not going to be worse than it is now, because it's basically it's this now.
Yep.
And that's no good.
All right.
Having done what I wanted to with the ballista, I will move on to the catapults.
Give me a roll on the teaching of these very quickly to see
yeah, absolutely.
how well you
Let's see.
convey this.
Persuasion?
Sure. Yeah.
Or just a straight up arcana to show them what the thing I'm doing is.
Well, I mean,
supposed to be.
you are teaching them in a very mechanical way. It's not that you need to persuade them that this is what you need to do. It's more like a, yeah. No. Let's go for an arcana on that.
Yeah. Right. 18.
Oh yeah.
18.
Yeah. No, they. You know what? I'll roll for their understanding of things. Oof.
Wow, that guy sucks. He can join the Skaven. He'll probably do more damage to them than.
Wow.
Okay, next one does better.
Yeah. No, the first guy, I toss him to the Skaven. He can join their ranks. He'll probably cause more damage. The third guy can join him.
They had an okay. Like they.
Still, the first guy is. If he joins the enemy, he's more likely to ruin their stuff than it is to hit anything from our end. It's awful.
You see Alistair throw him over the wall, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Use him as. Hey, guess what? We're going to try a live person as a thing this time, and just strap you to the giant bolt and see how far you go.
Oh God. Okay. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's taking a dark turn.
We will call you Oxymoron. Twang!
But I'm just a regular moron.
He's the blunt bit, and the arrow is the pointy bit. It's perfect. It's an oxymoron arrow.
He's invented heat ammo.
Yeah, exactly. It's an oxymoron ammo. Yeah. Okay. So I have done better at least than the word before.
You have.
And I will move on to a catapult.
Okay.
/ whatever the other thing was called that I can't remember.
Catapult, mangonel. They have a few different
Anything
words.
that flings something at something else, trebuchet or whatever.
In an arm way.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go with because the trebuchet is doing the
last,
okay,
I think.
Right. Okay.
But I want to do the that one. Because I imagine right now they're aiming into the crowds, kind of.
Yeah. They are going for the big swaths of just rats.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Siege towers.
Oh, okay.
Go for the siege towers, and don't go to break the siege towers. Go to stop the siege towers. Aim for the base of them and break them so that they can't move, because they're big and bulky and they're not going to be able to lift the fucking thing. So just break it.
Okay.
But not break it as in meh, rather break it as in okay, they can't move it anymore. Because it essentially is a moving. It's an armored troop carrier is what it is. It's an APC full of Skaven. Like I don't know, go away. I don't want any cookies. So go for the base. So I tell them to aim it at the base and don't crank it all the way. This is not a force thing. This is an aim thing. And I tell them to aim at the siege towers instead of the crowds, because the siege tower is. I try to convince them, like, imagine the siege tower is one giant Skaven and go for the feet.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can convince them, or let's see if I can make it work first, and then we.
Yeah, let's start there. Let's start there.
Do I get an advantage for having done this? I am an artillerist. This is what
I mean,
do.
yeah. I think you can safely roll with advantage on this.
All right, cool.
Ooh.
26. It's not going to be a lot better than that. I could get a 27, but 26 will do.
Yeah, no, you have an expert spotter up on the wall. That's like giving you directions with semaphore flags or whatever he does.
Yeah.
And you just okay.
No, they're interested in the Beatles album.
Yeah. You adjust the charge of this and how sharp it is and everything, and you fire, and you see this very excited like direct hit.
Fire for effect.
Yep, pretty much.
I also love the idea that we get a good hit and the whole thing just goes and kill a bunch of Skaven.
Let's roll for it.
What do you want?
I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
But I want to hear top or bottom.
Bottom.
Nope, didn't topple. Sadly,
Damn it.
it stands firm, but it's and then it's just kind of slightly.
It stands firm, which means it's not moving.
It's tilted forward, so if they would want to do anything, they would have to do it very carefully, or else it's gonna topple fully.
Okay.
And that would be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. Okay, cool. We have managed to stop one of them. How many are left? How many of these siege towers are there?
There's 4 more.
Okay. The people who were around me when I did the thing, I say, go to the other ones and tell them to aim for the bottom of the siege towers. Don't break them, stop them. And then try to encourage them to do what I did.
All right, let's see the understanding of these 3 then.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's always one idiot. What's with that guy? Does that guy, is he slightly greenish and has a long pointy nose? Is he a lot shorter than the other ones?
No, he's
Does
not.
he have a Clan Pestilence tattoo?
No,
How
but
about a Mulder tattoo?
no, but oddly enough, he has 3 snotlings in a trench coat. No wait.
Of course, yes. God damn it. Skaven infiltrators, I hate them. Okay, yeah, well, at least 2 of them do well.
Yes,
and
2 of
one
them do well.
Once again, is an absolute bloody idiot. Oh. Okay.
All right.
Let's be fair. Every team needs its Dunbar.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is completely done, Bar.
Hey-o.
Throw him off the side. So yeah, okay. Well, that's the catapults taken care of, and the ballista, and next up is the trebuchets. I move off in that direction.
All right. Speaking of moving, Dunbar, you can do one of 2 things. You can keep stepping in with each kind of swing that you do. You'll have 2 attacks then, or you can stand your ground and add a 3rd attack.
is so all right. So I want to like survey what the others are doing. Are they moving forward, or are they trying to stay under the cover because of all the explosions from the fire wizards?
So you've stepped out on the battlefield, like you are holding this bridgehead now, and there's more and more troops coming up behind you and helping and trying to push back and create more room for.
So you're trying to push out.
Yeah, you're trying to push out, and like you are hearing call outs for make room for them, and you can't quite catch what they're calling out for, but there's clearly something that you need to make room for that's coming from behind the walls.
Okay. So I would instead of actually stepping forward, I would probably try to step to the side so I'm like heading towards the side of the bridge. So I'm not in front of the bridge. I'm one of the flanks. So yeah, I would be trying to like turn and like stab to my side and create a hole that way then as I go.
Yeah, so what I mean by step forward is that when you do an attack, you can follow that attack in, and then you get 2 attacks, or you can hold your ground instead of stepping with it, and so that you then get a 3rd attack. But
so I'm gonna be trying to go as I attack, trying to step in to the left and like toss them off to the right.
All right.
Alrighty, let's try this on Dunbar.
You're fighting a rabble mess of what are they called again? Are these just
the standard ones?
Yeah.
These are
Pack
just
runners.
the Skaven. Wait, the little Skavelings.
Pack runners, aren't they?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pack runners, but there's also gonna be the
Oh no, there's clan rats are the standard ones, and then you have
that's the one that I'm thinking of, clan rats.
clan rats, and then you have
just
like
little...
slave rats, which are even lower.
Yeah, clan rats, both with shield and normal. You got clan rats with spears, shields. There's death runners.
There's storm vermin, and then you have like specifically Eshin have night runners, and then you have gutter runners are also Eshin.
Skaven slave spears.
If you see any packmasters, kill them.
There's gonna be a couple of chieftains in there. There's gonna be a plague monk or 2.
No. Stop adding shit. I don't want any rat ogres. I don't want any abominations. I don't want any giant scorpions. I don't want you to just. Actually, this thing. This thing just bends you over. That's the only thing it does, and it's like we've added 5 of these now.
So, what about storm vermin? Do you want some of those?
Nope.
No. Okay. How about Deathglow bombardiers?
I don't want. No.
Poison wind bombardiers? No. Warplug jet sails?
No.
Poison wind moiters? You don't want any of these?
No.
No. Then stop interfering in my plans, Lima.
You bastard!
All right. That's the first one. All right, give me 2d10 on that.
Okay. I should just leave this open. 2d10.
All right, that's another 8 that you've cut down.
Yeah. Like as I'm just I'm like basically grabbing them because these are, like I said, these are the little I usually see like I would picture that like the very first wave, the ones that they know they're going to be killing, is a lot of the little slave rats that are in like just little rags and whatnot.
Yep.
And they should be easy to just grab, stab, and throw aside because they're just the little malnourished nothings. Stab, throw aside, and that's what I'm going to be just kind of doing as I try to move off to the left. And then I'm gonna try another round of that.
Mhm.
Hopefully, roll a little bit better. Come on, Dunbar.
Ooh. All right.
Finally.
Give me 3d10 on this.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my. All right. Is that 2 still in there?
Yeah, but still
Better than one.
slicing through them there. But with a 19, I'm gonna ask you to roll that 20 again.
Wait, say it again.
So you rolled a 19,
Okay.
right? On that attack. No, it was a 16 on the die. Never mind.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a nat 19.
Hmm.
No.
I'm thinking wrong. Never mind. Moving along.
Yeah, he actually has some proficiency in that.
We are gonna move on up to Ragnar.
Okay, well, Ragnar looks around and he can see more people obviously down, so he moves further into the crowd on the wall. And again, he's going to be casting Mass Healing Word once again on them, which is that again.
Mm.
And trying to, heal as many, another 6 or 7 people in the area and try and sort of get them back up into the fight.
You release this healing wave, and you finally see just how far it actually reaches. It is reaching out to where Dunbar is currently fighting. And that to you is kind of wild, and you can see that several of those that have been hit on the front lines are up and into the fight now, and you see 2 other war priests down on the bridge below in the gate room. They are now trying to push out and to be part of the fray.
And then, having seen this creature in the distance basically bring back to life what I'd just killed, and knowing that it will scare the shit out of Alistair, you can see Ragnar looking at Alistair and chuckling as he casts Toll of the Dead. So you hear this, I'll put it up on the screen.
Why would you do that?
So you hear this dolorous bell fill the air.
Why would you do that? This is Doc. He's an asshole.
The instant the bell sounds, you feel a cold stare at you.
Alistair?
No. This is deeper into the ether. This is profound. And the tolling bell, and you hear the calls for retreat.
Oh, now you've done it.
And the front lines, all of the Zweihänders, everyone are falling back. This is the epitome of a sinking feeling in your stomach that, shouldn't have done that.
Oh, no.
Oopsie.
What have you done?
Mangle around with necromancy.
Dunbar is the one that's supposed to do the dumb, ooh, let me touch the thing no one else should.
You have pretty much called down this bell on top of one of these Skaven casters. And the bell stands there. It's not moving. It is stood there on the battlefield. The necrotic energy that it's shaped of takes form. And it physically forms there on the battlefield around this caster. And it's funkin'.
Oh no.
Funkin looks at the bell, looks briefly. I mean, it'd be obvious where that casting had come from. Maybe not in the heat of the moment.
No, not in the heat of the moment. You can give me
Yeah,
you can give me a perception on it to see if you're actually able to catch that.
Yeah, I think he would glance. So he's not super perceptive, but he would glance around, see like, what is this normal? Is this normally, because the retreat sounding must have been like, obviously something big has just happened. Okay, he doesn't. I guess doesn't really.
No, you don't.
Okay,
You don't catch that.
Okay, so he refocuses attention more sharply on little wizardy guy, little wizard rat.
Mm-hmm.
And he can feel the flame and the magical energy like growing in intensity. And I'll describe what I want to do, and you can tell me if it's possible.
Sure.
So, given us I don't feel any release, like I still feel like I'm as energetic, I have as much magical power, if not more, than after the previous casting. I think Fonkin would be a little over enthusiastic about that. And he focuses his energy, looks down at the little green guy, looks at the battlefield and how things are unfolding, and then he says, I wonder if this will work. Thanks, Alistair. The Leaning Tower of Skaven is going to be a perfect tool. And he casts another tidal wave, but in his mind he pictures a phoenix, like a giant bird of prey, but like it's flame, so it's like a phoenix. And he pictures this phoenix swooping down, grabbing this leaning, immobilized tower of rats, immediately bursts into flame because it's majority wood, I assume. Wood and rats, right?
And a few wooden rats.
And the way I envisage it is the phoenix swoops down, picks this thing up, it bursts into flame, not disintegrating, just it's on fire, and it just caw, mother trucker, and it just kind of dumps it on where this little green wizard guy is. The phoenix then kind of, not evaporates, but like splits off into lots of little embers of fire, because most of the energy that was the spell and was the phoenix has gone into the tower, and it just lands where this green guy is and just whoosh.
All right. There's a series
That's what
of.
I want. That's what I picture happening.
There's a series of things happening now. First.
Yeah.
First, you're gonna roll a d100.
Okay.
We're gonna see how much fire energy you are building up.
Okay. And then I'm wondering at what point the wild magic kicks in, and as much as Ragnar has sounded the retreat, Bonk makes it so much worse. How about a 91?
And you had a 23 already.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to point out that we rolled the two D100s and they've both been 91.
Yep.
So 1 in 10,000.
You first and foremost, you take 1d6 fire damage now.
Ow, hot, hot, hot.
because there's an instant, uncontrollable release of energy from you. But, yeah, so you've taken 3 damage.
I have another question on that.
Yeah.
My health is already quite low. I've been healed back up a little bit, but my card's not showing full health. So do I just take that as verbatim that that's where I'm at?
Yeah,
Or has anything happened in travel that we would have recovered our health?
yeah, I forgot to mention that you will be at full health arriving in this
Okay.
world. Yeah. So.
Okay. So that's fine. Thank
Spell
Christ
slots
for that.
and everything. So no, you are not arriving beaten and battered and bruised.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you.
Not like we just fought a dragon.
Yeah. You have also been gone for many years, technically, if you count everything. But that's minor details.
We had a long rest.
Yeah, a few.
All right. I have
Yeah,
5.
2 centuries.
I've applied the damages.
The phoenix that you first envisioned and tried to control,
Yeah.
has almost doubled in size.
Oh. Whoops.
And you are gonna roll me 3 D100
Oh God.
and add
Can only be good things, guys.
and add 50 no matter what.
I'm going to do these separately then. 50 to each one, or 50 to the total.
50 to each one.
Okay, so we do it like this. 133.
Yeah.
And 93. Oh, that's a dud of a roll. Although, maybe not. Maybe the others were just very high. Wait, did I do? Yeah, I did do that right. Okay. And 66.
That's a dud roll.
Oh my God.
That's a dud roll. 3 off.
Yeah, that's...
Someone's good at math. Can you please add those 3 numbers up for me?
199, 200, 290,
292.
292.
292.
All right.
Yep.
You have just taken 292 scavens out of the battle. With
Yeah, teamwork.
That's with the Phoenix. And that's with the Phoenix impacting and
Okay.
dissipating and all the firebolts kind of going off in different directions, and you leave a swath of fire igniting on the ground. So others trying to kind of march into it are instantly catching on fire, and yeah. Now, we are going to roll on this tower. Where does it fall? Does it impact with the person you are trying to impact it with?
Yeah. Okay, 1D100.
Yes.
Come on, 69. Or 29. Damn it.
Now, I was sitting here thinking high or low, and I was thinking low,
Low.
Oh.
and you see the tower, like the wing of the Phoenix has cut through the bottom of it, and
Yes.
it's toppling forward, and you hear this crunch and toppling of this tower going down, and as it impacts or is about to impact with this little wizard, shaman, whatever he is, you hear a and there's a sploosh of green just kind of exploding and landing in amongst the flame, where you see some of the flame go up in green for a bit, and then it goes out.
Fantastic. Yes. So Funkin feels this energy and this excitement, and he's actually got this big maniacal grin on his face, like, finally I can let loose of this energy and not fear that I'm doing something wrong. And then I think he instantly turns his head, and he just screams. He doesn't send a message or anything. I was going to do that, but that's a bit cheeky. He just shouts, "Alistair, gnomish low 5." And like a mage hand appears next to Alistair low down for a low 5.
And I'm sprinting in between ballistas, and I'm just high-fiving
Yeah,
on the
like-
way past. be human, but I imagine I'm still a little bit rotund.
All right. The bell that took form in the middle of the battlefield
What bell would that be?
is you
see no bell.
you see a large.
You're trying to be cheeky and you've routed the defending army, you fucking knob.
You see a large green, almost like a tree branch, reach up out of the ground and take hold of it, and it swings it. Doom. Doom. And as it swings, and you hear this terrifying tolling bell, you hear all of these Skavens. They are rallied. They are fired up, and you see all their little beady eyes glow green, and they start to charge. And that's where we're going to leave this episode.
I was gonna say that's good for us, though, right? That's a
No.
Yeah, it brings them
I'm on the
closer.
ground. You're getting me killed. Thanks, Ragnar.
Why would you do that? Why would you ring the bell?
It's dinner time, you know.
Yeah, we're on the menu. It turns out we are the dinner party, and
Yeah.
we're the party that's for dinner.